Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing some budget interior things to my 1968 Chevelle sedan. But hey, it's got a V8 now. It's a 305 from the 80s. High output head, single plane intake, too big of a carburetor. Should run great. Here, I'll show you. First I have to hook the battery up because this has a dead drain somewhere. And after we got the engine in, I found the wheels and tires that I want. The 14-inch slot mags. I wanted 15s, but I can only find 14s. They are 14.8s on the back, two 25/70 14s, and 14.7s on the front, two 15/70 14s. And I've got the exhaust done. It's glass packs and 2.5-inch exhaust all the way back. Duals, no H pipe, no X pipe, no T pipe, nope, anything. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh yeah, forgot to mention, we put the 69 taillights on, so now it looks like a 69 from the back. Why not? I like those better. But today we're going to do interior work. I got these seats a while back because there was literally only a seat frame when I got the car. These are out of a Ford Pinto. They turned out really nice. They are not adjustable this way. They are only fold forward because it's for a coupe. And now you have two ways to get in the back. You can use the door or you can go that way. I did rust treat all the welds from the patch panels. So we're good there. And we're ready to do sound deadener and carpet. We've got 36 square feet of 80 mil sound deadener. It's no name brand from Home Depot. And it was like 15 bucks cheaper than Killmat or anything else I could find. We've got carpet. And this is the parts store kind of speaker carpet. Should be fine. It's 13 bucks a roll. And two of those will be enough for this car, as opposed to around $200, $220 for real carpet. And we're not quite there yet to say we're going to give this thing real carpet. So $26? Yes. And right next to that in the parts store was the universal trunk mat. So that's going in there. And on top of the sound deadener and the cheap carpet, we have floor mats. These are nice. They're out of my wife's Subaru. Don't tell her. I don't think she'll notice. And for in between the bucket seats, I've got a console out of a 2000s GM truck or SUV that seems to fit perfectly. So that's going to go in there as well. And if we can get all this done, one of the last things we're going to do is pull the door cards. And we are going to spray them down with vinyl and fabric spray so they look more like this one that I've already done on top instead of how it looks on the bottom. Much better? Not better. Worse, actually. Especially this part. I may actually go to the parts store and pick up one more roll of carpet and carpet these door cards from here down because both of the front door panels look like this. So we can probably staple them, fold it over, then go around the back side of the card, staple that, and we can just have carpet on the bottom half of these doors. All right, well, let's get started. First thing we gotta do, pull these seats back out. Taking these out is a whole lot easier when you undo the fasteners with the camera off. I should do this more often. It cuts down on build time. All right. See my high-tech floor spacers here for the seats. Yeah, they work. And I've got to vacuum it up, and then we can put some of that sound deadener in. Might as well get the last of these spot welds with rust converter, aka black engine paint. They did a good job putting floor pans in. They did spot welds and everything, but then they never treated anything after that. Luckily, it sat inside, so it's not that big of a deal. Just get the last few spot welds that were under the seat. So, like I said, this is like Home Depot generic. Oh, what do you know? Vevor. That's fine. It's 80 mil and it's sticky on the back. That's all we need. You can start wherever you want. You can finish wherever you want too. The whole thing just gets coated. I'm going to go ahead and get all these in, and then I'll worry about coming through and rubbing the whole thing down to make sure it sticks well.
No, I don't think I will.
Sure. You know, for my money, I don't know if there's anything quite as exciting as watching somebody put tar and foil sound deadener down in a crappy four-door muscle car. Sure, let's start here this time, because it doesn't matter. Once you stab it through, you do have to do this. This is the Wallerin motion, officially. And if you're in Australia, you waller the other way, because of the Coriolis effect. It's science. Waller. Australian waller. Now you're saying, why am I doing 2 holes up front for each side? Well, it's because I forget which ones I had the seat in. I should have marked that. So, there's a tech tip for you. Mark which ones of the multiple holes you drilled in your floor actually go to hold the seat in. That will save you time, and you know, these would have been plugged by now. Step uno completed. Sound deadener and mild heat reduction. It doesn't do that much, really. Now, with this carpet, again, this is a guesstimate that I have the right amount. I'm not certain. And this does have like a kind of soft side and a non-soft side, so make sure that you put the soft side up. You don't put the scratchy, crappy carpet up. You want the good stuff down. I think we're going to be really tight on carpet. But it should work out. There we go. Generic speaker carpet in. Held in place by floor mats so we can trim it up a little bit. And then start installing seats. It's the next day. I put the seats in the console back in because that's the reverse of taking them out. It's just 4 bolts. That came out pretty good, actually. Seat's in a good spot. It's tilted slightly backwards. I put a couple washers under the front legs. And this console is now mounted. It's got 4 mounting points and they all go right in the transmission tunnel. I used short self-tappers, so hopefully we didn't hit the drive shaft. But everything looks pretty good. Never mind that the mats say Outback. Remember, that's our little secret. Maybe we'll spray paint that word black and nobody will know. Now, it's on to these door panels. All 4 of them. Backs look pretty good. They just need touched up with paint. It's the fronts that need all the work because of this. So maybe I need to go get more carpet first and then we'll take these on. Yeah. All right, more $13 carpet. Actually, let's put this universal trunk mat in first. We shouldn't have to do anything special with that. Sure, roll onto the car. Every single time. Okay, we just have to remove a few things first. As you can see, we apparently still have a water intrusion issue. I put a new trunk seal in. I don't think I put it in the correct way, and B, this lip has holes in it, so I need to patch all those. Also, there's rust there and some over there, and there's some rust there, but it's a full frame car, so don't you worry about that. It'll be fine. Let's see how universal this trunk mat really is. Well, it's apparently obvious that trunks today are much smaller than trunks used to be. There's a whole foot on each side over here, and there's a whole second trunk up here above this trunk. But you know what? That covers the majority of it, so cut a hole for the spare and be done with it. Who am I kidding? I'm just throwing the spare back in there. Now we can go get cheap carpet. I might need to work on this lock. This key's slightly twisted. Yeah. Now we can move on to these door panels, which means I gotta figure out how to take these off. Armrest should be 3 or 4 screws. I'm gonna have to pop this off, and after that, it's probably gonna be some sort of metal or plastic clip around the whole edge, except for where they've put Phillips screws down at the bottom. All right, great. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to find some new armrests. This one's pretty beat. It was actually off the front, and I moved back to the front because they're the same, except for the ashtray that's built in, but this one's all torn up. So now at least the padding on the one that I'm using for the driver is better. You see this little metal clip right here? That's what's holding the door handle on. So we just need to pop that out. This will come out. That's the same thing right behind here. So we're gonna have to try to figure out how to get a pick or something back there and yank that so we can get this handle off, which is, I think, wrong anyways, because this clear one, all the other ones are black handles. So I think either this one's been replaced or every other one in the car's been replaced. Either way, I bought one that's got black handle on it anyways. And then this handle should come right off there, or at least fairly easily come right off there. Get off there. There we go. And put the clip back on here real quick. That way we don't lose it, as long as it's good enough to save. Oh, almost got it. You gotta be quicker than that. Come on now. There it goes. Now, how is this clipped on? Or where are the clips? It's clips attached to fiberboard, so you know this is going to go very well. That one's just nothing. Phillips screws. That screw did nothing. There you go. Right, that seems to be it. It would be better if I rolled the window down, maybe? I took the clip off and we're just gonna roll the window down and see if that helps get this off here. Probably will. The glass is probably in the way. Oh yeah. Not that the weather stripping there is doing anything, but it was apparently holding it on. Look at that. That's the factory thing that did the stuff. Yeah, not doing it now, but it is in one piece, so we'll either try to recreate that with some cardboard or we'll put this one back on. The inside of this door panel hasn't fared a whole lot better, but it's still solid, so I guess we'll try to reuse it. I don't know if this is the right way to do it, but here's what we're gonna do is we are gonna wipe this down with some wax and grease remover, and then we'll spray it with the vinyl and fabric spray. Actually, we're gonna mask off that white part too. This isn't gonna be perfect, but it's gonna be good-ish. And we're just using Duplicolor vinyl and fabric. This is the gloss black. Only because they didn't have satin. I really wanted satin. We need to recreate this out of cardboard. So what we'll do is we'll trace out all of that. There, and here. Alright, let's go see if this fits. Now, if you've got better ways to do this, by all means, leave me a note in the comments, because I don't do this kind of work much at all when it comes to interiors or door panels. And there's got to be a better way, there's got to be a better material. So feel free to let me know what those things are and what those methods are. I would appreciate it. But until that time, it's going to be this. And I'm feeling pretty good about this method, except for the whole water retention part. That part does bother me a little bit, but not enough to keep me from doing this. That'll be just fine. Should probably take that screw out since it wasn't doing anything. There we go. One door panel reinstalled. We got the cardboard behind it for the fake noise barrier. New handle, resprayed with fabric and vinyl spray. This is the original armrest that I just tore some more vinyl off of and hosed that down with some black because I don't have another one yet. And I had to put in a couple extra screws because, well, I mean, the cardboard holding this isn't great. Let's be honest. All right, let's do that 3 more times and then I'll get back to you. I think I and you and me all knew we were not going to get away with taking armrests on and off that are made out of plastic without this happening. It's old plastics, they crack and break, it's what they do. So I've got 2 screws holding it in, and the third one goes here, and I've got them loose so I can put this piece back in, but we're going to super glue it in place and hopefully heal that plastic. Then we'll put the screw in to hold it all together. Remember not to super glue your fingers. That's an important safety tip. That's probably about as close as that's going to get to fixed. We just need to let that glue dry, and it can now that we're done touching it. By the way, this is the passenger side front door, and the bottom of it has carpet on it, the same cheap speaker carpet we've used in the car. We went from there down, and all I have to do is cut a speaker hole in the door. Later, I'm not even using the radio, but this speaker goes right there. Yeah, that's not bad. One to go. This is the driver's side front, and this is one that has a whole bunch of vinyl that is just completely wasted. So, before we go cleaning this thing up and painting it, we're gonna cut all of this curled up vinyl off, because it's doing us no good. I've got the second coat of that vinyl dye on, so while that dries, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the first step of this carpet repair, which is I'm gonna cut a piece out that is roughly the shape of the torn vinyl. That way we sort of have a base to go off of, and it's not gonna look like a hard line, hopefully, when we put the next layer on. Good thing is with this cheap carpet, that's really for speakers, you can sort of fold the line that you want, and it'll stay there just long enough for you to probably see what you're doing. Just like that. Now, how's that look? That's pretty good. You can use whatever glue you want. I happen to have the Permatex automotive headliner adhesive. That is our special today. And it gets sticky quickie, so you gotta get on there fast. And try to not glue it to my drop cloth. That'll be good. Yeah. Now what we're gonna do is I've cut a 9" by 34" section out of this, which should give us about 1 inch on any side of it, just like that. And that's gonna lay down there, and we'll glue that in place. Is it just me, or does it look like I'm shooting silly string or maybe spider webs? Yeah, I should have shaken this can up better, but it'll be fine. Perfect. When you fold your corner up like this, what you do is then fold it up and cut off the excess, so you don't have too thick of an area. There. And that way it'll still lay flat. Flat-ish, sort of flat, mostly ish flat. Yeah. I could have cut it a little bit longer and had more of this on this back edge, but that'll be okay. It's gonna get screwed on anyways. So to go around this corner here, just like that, push this edge together, and then cut. That way it lays flat, in theory. We'll pick the grass off, and that's ready to go back on. All right, that driver's door panel's back on. That's gonna conclude the budget upgrades for now. We have yet to really address the back seat. It's there, but it's torn. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna try to restitch this and maybe dye it or put a cover on it. I don't know. Package tray also needs done. That's gonna be the same fabric that is currently on the floors and the doors. And we're gonna have to get a headliner. And this is gonna actually have to be the correct like 4 or 5 bow headliner. So we can't skimp on that one. That won't be budget. But the carpet is in. Looks pretty good. The door panels are all re-dyed. I do have to replace a couple armrests. But other than that, looking pretty good. And we fixed the torn up vinyl on the bottom by just putting the same speaker carpet that's on the floors on the bottom of those doors. That looks pretty good. Seats out of a Pinto, they're high back, work pretty good. That truck console, again, is out of some sort of Chevy or GMC product from the 90s or 2000s. The only thing left to do on that is magnetic iPhone charger, run the cord down in and up to a cigarette lighter, or power under the carpet, maybe up to that. That's for later. Passenger side door panels turned out just as good. I did have to use self-tappers in the bottom of every single door panel, and I definitely need to spray some hinges. And lastly, passenger side front door panel. Re-dyed, carpeted, and all fixed up. There we go. That's going to do it for the budget interior upgrades. Oh, forgot about the dash. I'm going to have to spray dye that too, but I'm going to have to like mask off the windshield and everything. We'll get there. It's fine. And everything else though, other than the things I mentioned that I didn't do, they're done. This thing is getting pretty close to drivable. That's going to do it for today, everybody. Thanks for watching. And as always, we'll see you next time.